Hi students, how are you all? Welcome in our SS lecture and we have chapter major order bodies. Okay, in our last that video we have seen that different kind of that water bodies like water cycle, distribution of water and fresh water we have seen, saline water we have seen, and about ocean we have seen that how the water is distributed in different forms, then how it is divided in different oceans that we have seen. We have these five oceans: Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Arctic Ocean, the Southern Ocean. We have. Okay, so first of all, we'll see that Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ocean is the largest ocean in the world. It is the largest ocean in the world and deepest ocean in the world. So, it is the largest ocean extending from Arctic regions and in the south and to the means Arctic in the north. It lies that between Asia and Australia. It lies between continent Asia and continent that Australia, and the equator it divides this ocean into two parts: the South Pacific Ocean and the North Pacific Ocean. It is the deepest ocean in the world, and the deepest point is there in the ocean is that marine that trench is there, Mariana Trench is there. It is the deepest point in this ocean, and the depth is there 11,034 meter, and it lies in this ocean. 11,034 meter that depth is there, that marine trench, deepest point in these oceans. And about 25,000 islands are available on this ocean. 25,000 islands are present on this ocean, and in down sound it merges with the Atlantic and the Indian Ocean. It merged with the Atlantic and the Indian Ocean. Next ocean is there, that is that Atlantic Ocean. The Atlantic Ocean, it is the second largest ocean in the world. It is S-shaped ocean, in English S. That S-shaped ocean is there. It is the second largest ocean in the world, and it is the S shape. It forms the S shape, and it is the second largest ocean. Europe, Africa lies on that border of the oceans, and that North America and South America is also on that. In the ocean, it stretches up to the Arctic Circle, and it reaches the maximum depth. The maximum depth is there in the Puerto Rico Trench, is the deepest point in this ocean, and it has the largest drainage, that area containing under the sea, and some of the natural resources like harbors, trading, ports that are available. Natural resources are available in this sea. It is the busiest ocean. It is called the busiest ocean for traveling, and the harbors and tradings are there. A long coastline is available in these oceans, and it is the busiest ocean, busiest point of the traveling, we can say. It is there in this one. There are also that reserve of that large amount of that petroleum, oil, and natural gas are available in this ocean. It is called the busiest ocean in the world. It has a large amount of petroleum, gas, oil, natural gas, and that underground that it sells flats, and Antarctic basin is there. So it is the largest ocean, second largest ocean, S shape formation, and the busiest ocean for traveling. Next is that is the Indian Ocean. Indian Ocean is there. The Indian Ocean is the warmest and the largest ocean, third largest ocean in the world. It is the only ocean. It has a name after country India, and the Indian boundary. It is bound with the Iran, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh in that north side, and the in mixed with that it is connected with the Australia, then Antarctica, South and the Africa and Arabian Sea. It's mixed. The Red Sea is there, the Persian Gulf, and that Arabian Sea that mixed with this. Its deepest point is there. Its deepest point is there in Sunda Trench, and oil is mostly available mineral resource found in this ocean. Mostly that oil is there. That is a mineral resource we found in this ocean, and it is the third largest ocean, only ocean in the name after country India. Then Arctic Ocean is there. Arctic Ocean is the smallest ocean in the world. Mostly it is surrounded by the land, and it is situated around the North Pole, and it extends up to the Arctic Circle and the northern parts of Asia and Northern America. It is surrounded. The means it is the frozen in winter, and while in summer that ice bergs are there, it's that melt and floats in the form of that ice bergs. Southern Ocean is there. That is that the Southern Ocean or the Antarctic Ocean, it is surrounded by the continent of that Antarctica and the Pacific, Atlantic and Indian Oceans. It's mixed with that. So it is the only ocean that stretches around the world. It is the larger than the Antarctic Ocean, and it's that it is only ocean that stretches that ocean and unbroken other continents land masses. Importance of that oceans are there. That oceans are very important for us. Oceans are there. It is an attraction of the tourist. It brings some minerals and that from the sea. It brings a large amount of fishes from the sea, and it generate the temperature of the place, and 70% of the earth's surface is there. It supports an amount of variety of the plants and animals. Oceans are the homes of variety of animals and plants, means aquatic animals and plants home is there. Then ocean provides us social and economic that goods and services. It used for travel in the sea, and in many ways it is useful to us. Then we see the movements of the sea. There are different movements of the seas like waves, tides, ocean currents. So mostly that sea water is not that split, that still it is not at one place. It's a movement horizontally and vertically, and that movements are there. The water moves horizontally also and vertically also. There are three types of movements of the sea: waves, tides, and ocean currents. So waves are there. Mostly that wind is there. Waves are depend on the direction of the wind blowing on the surface of the earth and the ocean water. All these rise and fall because of that in a rhythmic pattern because of rain. The highest point of wave is called that crest, and the lowest point of wave is called that trough. The horizontal movement of that wave is there. The horizontal movement between the crest is called the wavelength, and the vertical distance, that is crest, and the trough is called that wave height. The speed of the wind, it plays major role in the waves, and tsunami. Tsunami is one of the destructive waves. It damages that whole coastal area. Tsunami is a series of that ocean waves. It continuously, that waves height is about 100 feet, and mostly it destroys the whole area. It is the usually caused underground. It is usually it caused by the underground that volcanoes, earthquakes, and that coastal landslides. So mostly that tsunami causes great amount of destruction nearby that area. Then we'll see that tides are there. Tides are there. The water level, you know, the water level is there in the sea or an ocean, rises and falls regularly twice a day. The ocean water is there, it falls and rises regularly twice a day. The periodic change, after some period, there is a change in the amount of water waves, and the tides are there of different that speed it comes. Tides are caused due to the gravitation of the moon, because that moon is very near to the surface of the earth. So the gravitation pulls of moon is much stronger than the sun. The moon's gravitations that pull causes high tides. Means because of that moon gravitation, that high tides are coming, and when the water levels is there, it reduces and it's away. When that water levels rise up on the sea area, it is that high tides, and water levels means went back from the sea, it is away from the sea, it is called that, means that low tides. It's flow that away, that we can say that water level rises near the sea, it is called high tides, and the water level is there, that is flow away, that reduce away from the coast, it is known as low tides. So during the full moon, earth and the sun, it comes in the same direction, so there will be high tides, and during that half moon, the moon and the earth, sun, they are making 90-degree angle, so there will be that low that tides, so that amount of tides will be less. So these are the movements of the tides, and now that the tides are there, it is very important. There are many tides effects of the depth and currents of the water. It brings a lot of that amount of that minerals from the seas. It deposits a lot of that found and most amount of river water. Movement of water during the high tides, it brings less amount of species on the seashore, which is useful to the seas. High that hydroelectricity that plants, it is useful. And during the high tides, the species and all other amount of that minerals will come on the shore. It is useful for us. Ocean current is there. That ocean current, the horizontal movement of large volume of ocean during that definite directions along the shadow path is called that ocean current. That horizontal movement of the ocean, it is called that ocean currents, and there are different, that it depends on the depth and the earth action, prevailing winds and surface and changes of the ocean temperature. That ocean, that currents, it is depend on the factors, winds, that surface changes, that temperature and mostly factors are affect for that ocean currents that vary in temperature, and they can be cold or warm also. So ocean currents are also useful to us, and ocean currents affects the temperature, and it keeps the place temperature moderate, and they affect the rainfall of a place. It affects the wind speed and passing through the wind from the surface of the sea. Places where warm and cold currents are there, so that means the create that ideal conditions of the growth of that plankton, whereas source of food and fish is available. Ocean currents are there. It's help us in navigation for ships and in the direction of the current. So it helps to the travel for the ship also. So that ocean current is also there. It is also helpful to us in the traveling for the sea. So this way that ocean currents it's helpful to us in many ways. So these are the information about the different that oceans, and the movements of oceans, that are tides, waves, and ocean currents. It's a very useful some movements to us. I hope you understand this well. Okay, thank you.